Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my pregnancy update up until this week, which is week 15. So I will be 15 weeks as of tomorrow, which is kind of nuts. It's gone really quickly, and I've heard that it goes much quicker with your second pregnancy, but it felt like it dragged out, but it didn't really. It feels like it's gone really fast. So if you guys missed my announcement video, I am pregnant with baby number 2. We are expecting our second baby, and so I will be having 2 under 2. So anyone who has advice for 2 under 2, please leave comments down below. But it's fine, I'm excited. Again, if you missed my announcement video, you also missed that we are having a little boy. This will be Lachlan's little brother, and we could not be more excited. Like, we would have loved a girl, but we are so excited for a boy. My husband had just him and his brother, and so he was so excited to find out that we were having a boy, because he only knows like what it's like to have a brother, and I think that's fantastic, and it's going to be so wonderful. They're going to be best friends, I hope. So that's really exciting. But yeah, we're going to jump into this update. Like I said, I'm going to update you guys of up to now. I'm not going to go in order as such. It's just as I think of things, because I did have a list, but it has mysteriously disappeared because my house is in shambles. So we're just gonna wing it. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button to follow along with my second pregnancy journey. I am planning on doing at least, I'm hoping, bi-weekly updates on this pregnancy. I don't think it's enough to tell you every week, unless something drastic happens. But I don't think I need to tell you guys a weekly update. With Lachlan, I found that there wasn't something that changed every week, so I will be hopefully doing it bi-weekly. If you are also new to my channel, I have a 1-year-old. He has just turned 1. His name is Lachlan. I will insert a picture of him here. He is so cute, and I will be doing his 1-year update very soon, even though he's nearly 13 months now. Let's get on to it. The first pregnancy symptom I want to mention is fatigue. This is something that I didn't really suffer too much with Lachlan. I was tired, but I wasn't like extra tired. I think I barely took naps in Lachlan's pregnancy, and like I wasn't really that tired, I guess. I mean, it was towards the end, but that's because you're uncomfortable and can't sleep and you pee constantly. This is like real fatigue. That was a symptom that I hit fairly early on. I will come back to this in a second and tell you my actual story of how we found out and stuff. But that was a symptom that really got me. Even now, I could nap every day with Lachlan, which is really hard because I'm trying to get him to sleep in his cot. And so for a couple weeks, especially at the beginning when I was really sick, I say a couple weeks, I mean like 6 weeks, I was taking a nap with Lachlan every day. So 1.5 to 2 hour naps with him, because I was so exhausted. And I think it's just having a toddler / a crawler, and being pregnant, I guess, and sick, which I'll get to that. But I think that's just the toll it takes. I mean, a lot of women got fatigue, and it's one of their major symptoms straight away. It was not my first symptom, but it was one that I really suffered with, and I still get a little bit of it. Going back to how we found out, because I should intro the video with this. We were trying to conceive. It is not a surprise baby. A lot of people have asked, was this a surprise? And it's not. I mean, it was, because we weren't expecting it to happen as quickly as it did, but it wasn't an accident. So if you guys don't know my history, I will leave my endometriosis story linked down below. And I will leave any corresponding videos with that link down below as well. But we had a lot of issues conceiving Lachlan. I have endometriosis. I did have to have a laparoscopy to have that removed before we fell pregnant with Lachlan in 2016, which feels like a lifetime ago now. And then post Lachlan, I went on the Implanon. So I think I may have talked about this in a video. If I have, I will leave it linked down below, so I'm not going to go through it too much. But we were told that if we wanted more than one child to have any chance of conceiving, we would probably have to have our children back to back. And so as close as we were comfortable having them together was the best. So we started trying slash not preventing in October, which is when I started having issues with my birth control. So I was having a lot of, I'm not going to get into it. I was having issues. We had it removed. We started not preventing in October, and we fell pregnant the end of November. The 23rd, I believe, is the date they're using, of November. So we had one full cycle and one sort of coming off birth control bleed before we fell pregnant. So we were really, really lucky to fall pregnant so quickly. And it was a surprise because with Lachlan it was like 13 or 14 months before we fell pregnant. So we were expecting to have to wait, and it's very exciting that we didn't. My doctor said that basically pregnancy increases the chances of fertility next time around, which is why a lot of parents are able to conceive quickly their second child, because your body knows what it's doing. So we found out very early because I was tracking my cycles, and I knew the sort of longest my cycles would go. Post-implant, my cycles, I had a half cycle and then a 29-day cycle, and so I knew that my cycles weren't going to be much longer than 29 days. And so after the 29th day of the November cycle, which worked out to be the day before Christmas Eve, we took a test and it came back a very strong positive that morning. So I actually found out the day after my last getting my hair done vlog, which I'll leave linked down below if you guys are interested. That was the day before we found out. So we had to keep ourselves really composed and shushed over Christmas because we didn't want to announce at Christmas, being Lachlan's first Christmas. We thought that that would be a little bit unfair, and so we waited until Boxing Day and the day after to tell our families about the baby, which was so hard to keep it hush. I'm not a drinker, so that wasn't really a big giveaway, but it was really hard to keep it hush. Thankfully I did not receive morning sickness until I was about 6.5 weeks. My first symptoms were strange cravings. It was like I really wanted something. Chicken nuggets was one thing, carbonara, steak, parma, really random, and also really sweet cravings. I really wanted things like chocolate, which I never wanted with Lachlan. With Lachlan it was always like savory, salty and sour things, like always. So that was big strange for us. Then kicked in morning sickness, which was about 6.5 weeks, and it only started out as sort of mild nausea, and then I think it was week 7 through to 9, 7 and 8. I think week 7 and 8 were really bad. It was a lot of throwing up, and then I thought it was settled. So I think week 9 and 10 were really good, and then I hit the start of week 10, and it just went downhill. So I threw up at least once a day, every day, up until about a week ago. So knock on wood. Up until about a week ago. So normally breakfast, regardless if I'd eaten breakfast or not, I would throw up in the morning. So eating breakfast did not help. It was nothing I could really do about it. Even my doctor said, well, just eat breakfast and throw it up, or don't eat breakfast and eat after you throw up. Like, there's nothing I can really do. Thankfully, as of about a week ago, I haven't thrown up yet. I've had a few days where I felt like I needed to, but it didn't just come up. So that was really fun, really exciting. So having a crawling almost 1-year-old who's just turned 1, and the need to vomit multiple times a day was a struggle, but it's something that I just had to sort of learn to deal with. So it was snacking as much as I could, if I could. I found that more hearty snacks were more helpful. So things like cheese and biscuits, like cheese and dry crackers, were really helpful this pregnancy, and I'm still eating those for morning tea or afternoon tea. I had a horrible aversion to coffee. Horrible, like I couldn't stand the taste, the smell, nothing. Even iced coffee, just no. I think it was until like 2 weeks ago. That has thankfully passed. So I can start enjoying a coffee a few times a day now. Obviously I'm gonna have more than 1 or 2. I have decaf because if you guys didn't know, you can have 2 coffees a day while pregnant, and that is completely safe. 2 to 3 they say, slash 200 milligrams a day. But the coffee that I drink is sort of like very weak coffee. It's like vanilla coffee, so it's not very strong. Otherwise I'll have decaf. But that was something that, again, I never really had that with Lachlan. I just never had that aversion with Lachlan, and so that was really strange for us. And so like I said in my announcement video, we genuinely thought it was going to be a girl because of this. I was so sick. I very rarely threw up with Lachlan. I just felt nauseous all the time, whereas this time there was nothing I could do to stop myself throwing up. Any medication they gave me did nothing. Like there was nothing I could do to stop myself. So between that and my weird cravings and my being really tired, and my everything else, we genuinely thought it was a girl. And so when we went into the doctor's appointment and the doctor said it was a boy, we were so shocked, and not in a bad way. We were just so surprised. For those of you who keep it a secret, good on you. I'm not that person. I can't not know. I absolutely hate surprises. I absolutely do not have any patience when it comes to stuff like that. So absolutely not. So good for you people who can wait till baby's born. Just, you have a lot more patience than me. So trying to think what other symptoms we sort of had. Reflux and heartburn was something that I sort of hit a lot earlier this time. I got that with Lachlan too, but not until quite late in my pregnancy. And so those were things that hit fairly early, so I was having to take Zantac for that a few times, because everything would just sit up in my throat. Being very uncomfortable when I sleep, bloated. Those are all sort of normal pregnancy symptoms. I feel like I'm much bigger than I was with Lachlan at this time. With Lachlan, I didn't show really until in my 20 weeks. Whereas with this baby, to me, there was an obvious pop or an obvious bump very early on. My clothes stopped fitting a lot earlier than with Lachlan. My starting weight was not far off what I was when I got pregnant with Lachlan. I think my starting weight was about 3 kilos different, which is about 6 or 7 pounds off my starting weight with Lachlan. And in total with Lachlan, I think it was about 15 kilos, which was very healthy amount of weight to gain in my pregnancy. I just lost it very slowly, as many women do. Some people lose it quickly. That's just not my body type. My body type holds weight really easily, holds water weight. I also breastfed for quite some time, and so I held on to extra weight because of that. I think the Implanon made me put on a little bit of weight when I was on that, and I retained weight really quickly when I was on that as well. And so I think as of like a few days ago, I've put on about 6 kilos in this pregnancy, which may seem like a lot because that was almost half what I put on with Lachlan. But I did the same thing with Lachlan. I didn't really weigh myself with him, but I remember I put on a lot of my weight at the beginning, and then at the end it really tapered off because I wasn't as sick, I wasn't eating as much, I didn't have as much room in my stomach, I was walking a lot more. I just felt a lot better, and so I slowed down a lot with Lachlan towards the end of my pregnancy, and I'm hoping that is the same with this one. Now that I'm feeling a lot better, I am going to start an exercise regime. Not anything super strenuous, but just something that's comfortable, whether it just be, I normally go on a weekly walk with my mother's group, a bike ride on my elliptical bike, some workout DVDs that I have that are pregnancy orientated, I'm hoping to get 3 to 4 days, maybe even 5 days if I'm feeling lucky, a week of exercise in with this pregnancy, because I want to feel a lot healthier. I did not really work out with Lachlan's pregnancy. It was just, I was so sick all the time, whereas I feel a ton better this time. I don't feel normal. But I feel better. So I feel closer to normal. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other symptoms that I've really missed. I'm sure there's tons that I wrote down that I've already missed. I did not get the sore boobs that everyone always talks about. Getting is one of their first symptoms. That was not something that I really got. I didn't get it with Lachlan either. Every now and then I will get a tingling feeling, which is so strange because having breastfed Lachlan, it feels like a letdown. There's no letdown, there's no milk coming out. I mean, obviously because I breastfed, I can express a little bit if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but there's no milk there. It sort of feels like there's a letdown. Acne, that was something that I really did not really get with Lachlan. I got acne. It was one of my first pregnancy symptoms with acne, actually, with Lachlan. Was I had a massive breakout, and that was probably my first like inkling. With this baby, it's like all the time. My whole, like, you guys can probably zoom in a little bit. All here is all hormonal acne. And it's not what I normally get. If I normally get acne, I normally get a couple and they go away. These have all been here for like weeks. So I think they're sticking around, which is just fantastic. But I mean, it's pregnancy, you can't do much about it. My hair has been a little bit more oily since being pregnant, or the roots have, and my actual hair itself has been fairly dry actually. It's growing like a lot quicker. It's grown a ton actually. I went to my hairdressers, and I haven't been since my last vlog, just before Christmas, but I went to my hairdressers yesterday, and even they were mentioning how quickly it's grown, like it's good, and I'm letting it grow. This is after a trim too. I'm letting it grow. I have also toned down my balayage. If you guys can see, this is my natural color up here. This is where they've toned down the blonde, which I'm loving. Way more than the blonde. I think the blonde was a bit too much for me. But yeah, I think that's really it for my pregnancy symptoms for my first trimester. This video is nearly 20 minutes long. Oh, my first doctor's appointments all went well. All my bloods have all come back. I've had 3 ultrasounds now. 3? Yeah, 3 ultrasounds now. The first one is obviously, it was a 6-week ultrasound. It was a dating ultrasound, or 7-week ultrasound, so it's really hard to see. But your 12-week one, you can, there's a little person there, which is exciting. And my next one will be a 20-week scan, which will be in about 5-ish weeks. I have my first midwife appointment, all going well with that. I do have to do an early GTT test because history and stuff, I am a higher risk, which is super exciting. So I'm going to come back from my holiday, which I will be going on soon. I'm hoping to film / vlog some of that for you. I will be coming back the Friday and getting my GTT test the Monday. So really exciting. Welcome back from my holiday. And otherwise my blood clotting disorder is the exact same. I just do the same thing that I did with Lachlan. So other than that, there's no real updates. I will be filming Lachlan's 12-month update very soon. If you guys have any questions, let me know. There's quite a few pregnancy videos and mummy videos that will be coming to my channel. Otherwise, I'm going to go because my battery's flashing at me. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!